Hello friends, welcome back to Pathshala. Today's session we will going to discuss animal nervous system, the introductory part of the animal nervous system. So the animals do their physical coordination by various nerves and muscle cells together, mainly the nerves. So the nerve cell have the smallest unit that together joins and complete the pathway of this coordination. We know that the unit of lung is alveolus, the unit of our body is cell, the unit of kidney is nephron. Similarly, the unit of nervous system is known as neuron. So neurons are what? Neurons are the unit of nervous system, the unit of nervous system. So there are different kinds of neurons that are present in animal body as well as in human body. So the neurons together perform a similar function to respond against various stimuli. Stimuli means, as we discussed in our earlier classes, that stimuli are nothing but the changes in environment that trigger different kinds of or specific kinds of response against that change in environment is known as stimuli. So to respond with this specific kind of stimuli, we have different kinds of nerve actions. So, like if you touches a hot pan suddenly, then you quickly move your hand from there. If you walking with your bare foot and like some stone chip or nail, if you put your feet on a nail or a stone chip, then you quickly move your feet from that particular substance. So this kind of change in environment means the hot plate or the stone chip uh, causes a specific kind of reaction in our body, and this kind of reaction and thus means these stimuli are received by specific type of organs that are present in our body. So these type of specific organs that senses the stimuli, either the stimuli comes from externally or our body inner portion means internally. So the external and internal stimuli are sensed by specific kind of organs. That organs are known as sensory organs. We all know that we have 5 different sensory organs, that is our skin, eye, ear, tongue and nose. So these are the 5 sensory organs that we have in our body. We receive the touch sensation or the touch stimuli, pain stimuli, pressure stimuli, all the stimuli. We receive this stimuli from our skin cells. We can detect a light or we can detect images with or receive these kind of stimuli with our eye. Then we receive the audio stimuli via our ear. Next we receive the taste stimuli via the sensory organ tongue, and the last one we receive different kind of smell stimuli or odor stimuli via the nose sense organ. So we have 5 different sense organs in our body that respond with a specific kind of stimuli. After receiving this stimuli, after receiving specific kind of stimuli by this sensory special organs, so these organs have actually some receiving property in their characteristics. So they receive this kind of stimuli and transmit that stimuli into the nervous system. So they have actually the receptors. Receptors are nothing but the cells or cluster of cells or tissues or muscles or glands. So these are the receptors, especially particularly the group of tissues, a group of cells, sorry. So these kind of receptors receive the stimuli, and these receptors are located in different kinds of sense organs. So they receive or senses the stimuli and proceed it further into the nervous system. So we have, or all the animals have, two types of nervous system. So we have two types of nervous system basically in our body, that is the central nervous system or CNS and the peripheral nervous system or the PNS. CNS means the main or basic nervous system in our body that possesses the basic information, or that guides our body what type of response should we, or what type of reaction should we show for specific kind of stimuli. So these are the central nervous system. Means if we compare the nervous system type with the computer, then the CPU or the controlling unit controls each and every function of a computer. Similarly, the central nervous system or parts of the central nervous system responds or guides us or orders our different organs to do what in specific kind of, against specific kind of stimuli. So the central nervous system are two kind. One is our brain and another one is our spinal cord. So these are the two central nervous system parts. First one is brain and second one is spinal cord. And we have also our peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is that kind of nervous system that we have in our body parts. That means that stretches its part into our body part, different kinds of body parts. So these are the peripheral nervous system. We have this kind of nervous system beneath our skin, beneath our sense organs, beneath our different kinds of organs that have in our inner body. So we have the peripheral nervous system. So the peripheral nervous system shows different, peripheral as well as the central nervous system shows different kinds of impulses. Now what is impulse? Impulse means a specific kind of chemical reaction that runs along the surface of the whole nerve fiber to perform specialized reactions. Means these are specialized for transmission of the information that we receive from our sense organs. So impulses are nothing but the chemical the electrical reactions that occur or that runs along the whole nerve fiber to transmit specific kind of reaction, or transmit specific kind of information that we receive from our different kinds of sense organs. Now let us discuss different kinds of impulses, or similarly different kinds of PNS systems. So the impulses are of two types. First one is sensory impulses and the second one is motor impulses. So sensory impulses are transmitted by sensory neurons These sensory neurons lie just beneath our different kind of sense organs. So we have these sensory neurons in stretched it arms in our beneath our different kinds of sensory organs. Like it has I told you what is receptor. So it has its one endings in the receptor portion of this specific kind of sense organ, and it has its another end in the central nervous system. So what sensory neurons actually does is, sensory neurons receive different kinds of stimuli or different kinds of information from different sense organs, and it transmits its signal into the central nervous system. So the sensory nervous system or sensory neuron examples are the optic nerve that we have in our eye, the olfactory nerve that we have in our nose, then the auditory one that we have in our ear. So these are all, we have also different other sensory neurons. We have the glossopharyngeal, then we have the facial. So these all are the sensory neurons that we have in our body. Next, we discuss the motor impulse. So, motor impulses are nothing but that kind of impulses that are the orders after receiving the information of different kinds of stimuli. The central nervous system processed those informations and give command to that specific kind of organ to do what against what kind of stimuli. So the order information is transmitted from central nervous system to specific kind of effectors. Now what is effectors? Effectors means those organs or those part of the organs that shows reactions to different kind of stimuli. Means if we touches a hot plate or hot pan accidentally, then we'll immediately move our hand from that hot pan. So the we have here the sensory receptors or the sensory neurons in our hand. When we touches the hot plate or hot pan, then we immediately move our hand. Means effectors also we have in our hand muscle. So muscles have the effectors in their different kind of cells. So effectors does what? Effectors shows different kind of reactions in the body. So the motor neuron brings the orders that are processed by the central nervous system and transmitted those orders into the effectors, so that the effector can show its reactions. So there are sensory and motor neurons we have in our body structure. In our next session, we will going to learn different kinds of sensory receptors that we have in our body. Thank you so much for today's session.